You know how every family has that one story? The one they whisper about years later, pretending it's forgotten, but it's not. I was 12 when I learned what real horror looks like. One knock on the door. One mistake. And I still hear it, every time the house goes quiet. If you've ever felt that chill crawl up your spine when you just know something's wrong, hit that like button, subscribe and get ready, because this isn't a movie. This happened. And I wish it hadn't. When I was 10, my parents split. My mom stayed in our old town and I went to live with my dad in a new one. It wasn't terrible, but it was lonely. New school. New house. No friends. The only people I knew were my dad's friends. A single mom and her 3 kids who lived a few streets away. That's how I met Kayla. She was a couple of years older than me, tall, dark hair, that confident way older kids have. She wasn't mean, just mysterious. Like she'd already seen too much of the world. We'd hang out sometimes, not best friends but close enough to sit together at lunch or walk home in silence. It's strange how you can know someone, share small moments, and have no idea that one of those days will be the last time you ever see them. Kayla's mom worked a lot, long shifts, double hours. She was the kind of person who'd help anyone. And that's what got her noticed. Through her job, she met this woman. A quiet, polite lady who needed help caring for her sister recently released from a mental institution. They'd talk often. The woman would thank her, bring her small gifts, even ask about her family, her schedule, her kids, her house. It didn't seem strange. Not then. But when you put it all together now, it was like watching a spider weave its web, strand by strand, invisible until you're trapped. It was a week before Christmas. The streets were dusted in snow, that kind of peaceful white silence that makes you feel safe. Kayla's mom had gone to work, leaving her, her younger brother, and their friend Rob home for the evening. They weren't doing anything wild, just watching TV, eating chips, talking about Christmas presents. Then came the knock. Short pause, faint knocking sound. Kayla froze for a second. Her mom always had this pattern: knock, 3 short taps, a pause, then one long one. That's what she heard. So she got up, smiling, saying, "That's Mom." She opened the door. And in that moment her whole life, all their lives, split in two. Rob saw her face change first. He said later it was like her smile just fell off. Standing there wasn't her mom, it was the woman's sister. The one from the mental hospital. No one knows how she got there. But she'd been asking questions, following leads, piecing together where Kayla's family lived and when they'd be alone. Rob panicked. He wasn't supposed to be there. He thought it was a normal adult showing up, maybe angry he was hanging out late. So he did what any scared 13-year-old would do. He jumped out the window, ran down the street, straight home. He never looked back. He didn't know that, by running, he'd just left Kayla and her little brother alone with a monster. What happened next, no one knows for sure. But the police report painted enough to haunt me forever. Kayla's little brother, 9 years old, managed to escape. He ran barefoot through the snow to the neighbor's house, screaming. When the police arrived, the door was still open. The lights were on. The TV still flickered. Upstairs, silence. Then they found her. The details never made it to the papers, not all of them. But kids talk. Parents whisper. They said she was found in the bathtub. Her body, mutilated. Her head missing. And when they found it, days later, it wasn't where you'd expect. Someone said it was hidden under the Christmas tree. Among the gifts. I don't even know if that's true. But I do know. I've never unwrapped a present the same way again. The next week was a blur. Police cars. News vans. Adults crying behind closed doors. My dad wouldn't let me go to the funeral. He said it was too much for a kid. But what's too much, when the nightmares are already living in your head? At school no one talked about it out loud, but you could feel it. Empty desk. Silent hallways. Even years later, I'd walk past that house and swear I saw movement in the upstairs window. A shadow. A flicker. Maybe imagination. Maybe not. But I always walked faster. When I turned 18, I finally asked my dad about that night. He looked older when I brought it up, like the years hadn't passed for him either. He told me something I didn't know. A few nights after the murder, someone knocked on our door. Same pattern. 3 short taps. Pause. 1 long one. He said when he opened it, no one was there. Just snow. And faint footprints leading away. He never told me because he didn't want to scare me. But I remember that night, the sound of the heater kicking on, the way our dog whined by the door. And now I can't stop thinking. What if she wasn't done? What if she came for everyone who helped put her sister away? What if the knock was for me? I tried to forget. But the mind doesn't work like that. You think you've buried something deep enough, then a sound, a smell, a laugh in the dark, and suddenly you're 10 again running through snow. I still dream about her sometimes. Kayla. Always the same, she's standing by the door, hand on the knob, looking back at me with that half smile. Then she says, "It's just Mom." And I wake up before she opens it. It's been more than a decade now. They caught the woman, eventually. She'd been wandering the woods nearby, mumbling about purifying souls. She died in custody, never explained why she did it, never apologized. But some nights when the wind hits just right, I swear I can still hear that knock. And I think about how fragile safety really is. One door. 1 second. One decision.